who holds a silver string, lost me in staggered motion, we run away. Whoever changes shape, showing oscillation, I'll see you there. Hello everybody, this is your friendly neighborhood lion, and that was a quote from a new Seosin song called Silver String. I don't know if it's the exact lyrics, it's just a 30-second clip on what they have released as of February 3rd, 2016, I believe, and it's just what I could hear from the vocalists. They're my second favorite band in the world after Blink-182, but that's besides the point. It is about 3 o'clock in the morning right now, and I'm going to do another series into the philosophy of the mind, I believe, Thoughts from a Lion. So I have a bunch of thoughts here that I have emailed myself, and I'm just going to read a couple of them to you so that you can hopefully understand. And I believe that these are something that is worthy of me leaving on this planet Earth before I am gone. So, this next thought that I have is, there was a certain part in my life where I believed and where I have imagined myself on a mountain. If you can imagine a mountain, I've imagined myself climbing up of this mountain from the ground, from planet Earth, into the clouds and into the atmosphere and into outer space. But at the same time, I believe that there's like some kind of rope attached to me, and that I am pulling, or I'm trying to pull everyone else up with me, the animals and the different species and the other human beings that exist on this earth. And that I'm trying to take everybody from an area of darkness, an area of confusion, an area of chaos, and bring it to a environment of order. I'm trying to bring everybody into a surrounding area of order, of light, if that makes any sense. And sometimes we fall. I fall, or they fall. We slip off the mountain. And we have to pull each other back up. We have to grab onto one another and pull each other up and help one another to achieve these goals, to achieve these dreams. Because I don't believe that we're going to be able to do it by ourselves. And above me is a rope, is a pulley of the universe, is the essence of everything, and it is helping pull me up, right? And I'm helping to pull myself and everybody else up. So that's just one of my thoughts that I put down on this email that I wanted to relay to you guys, is that I believe that we are helping each other pull each other from an area of darkness into an area of light, into an area of knowledge, into an area of peace. And we can only do it through the help of one another. We need to interact with one another. We need to interact with the things around us in order to achieve this peace, in order to achieve this knowledge, in order to achieve this wisdom. Okay? In order to achieve that power. And it upsets me when I think about what gives me motivation sometimes, and maybe this will give you motivation too. Imagine if you were climbing on a mountain, right? And you had a rope attached to your torso. You had a rope attached to your torso, to your body, and you had everybody that you loved and cared about that was beneath you. They were trying to climb up with you, and you looked down, and you could just see the fear and the frustration and the sadness in their eyes and the confusion. Like, are you going to help us? Are we going to get out of this? Are we going to make it out alive? So I imagine scenarios like this, at least at one point in my life, and thinking about it now, obviously I'm imagining it now, but try to do it for yourself in this moment in time. How would that make you feel when you see your loved ones, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife, your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, your grandson, your granddaughter? They're looking up to you. They're looking up to you, literally, physically, metaphorically, and literally. They're looking up to you to guide them, to give them the guidance that they need to succeed, to exist, to survive. So I think about that and I'm like, I can't give up. I cannot quit. I cannot resign. I cannot stop what I'm doing, the path that I'm on, because there's so many people and so many different types of life and organisms that are counting on me to succeed. So think about that for a little bit. Changing subjects, we're going on to another thought from a lion that I have written down here. I believe that people kind of fall into themselves from the front of the brain to the back of the brain. What does this mean? It goes all the way from the frontal cortex to the limbic system, all the way back to the brain stem, which is at the very base, the very foundation of what you are, all the way back here. It regulates your heart rate, your blood pressure, your breathing, things that you don't really have control over. So I believe that people have these personas, we have these personalities that we put on, especially this is very apparent in the internet community, in the celebrity type community, in even in your friends and your family. We have these personas that exist pretty much up here in the thinking part of the brain, the conscious part of the brain, the part of the brain that you can kind of control. You can control kind of to some extent how you act when you're around certain human beings, when you're around certain individuals. But depending on your situation, depending on what you have intaked, the substances that you have intaked into your body, the state of consciousness that you are in at that given point in time, you will submit these personalities, these personas, these false personalities, these fake personas. You will submit them to become what you really are at the end of the day. You will let go of all of these inhibitions, if you will. So I believe that we all live on a day-to-day basis putting on a front. We put on this happy, environmental type of personality, this persona that we try to present ourselves with to other people to make ourselves seem better, to make ourselves seem happier when we're really sad or upset. And depending on the environment, depending on the person that you are with or that you are around, these walls will come down. These walls that we have built will come crashing down, and we will be who we are. We will let our true personality shine. We will let all of the faults, all of the darkness, all of the mishaps that resides within our brain and our bodies, we will let them come out, and we will be exposed to who we truly are. That's basically the thought that I wanted to get across to you guys, is that we are restricted, in my opinion, on a day-to-day basis in how we interact with people and how we interact with our environment. But depending on certain things, certain variables that change on a day-to-day basis, we can truly let go of them. We can truly let these walls come down, and we can become ourselves. And that's what I try to give to you guys on all of my videos. In case you haven't figured it out by now, if you've watched my channel for any extended period of time, I'm not like the rest of the YouTube community, the rest of the human beings that you have interacted with. I try to give you a pretty solid, a pretty stable personality on a day-to-day basis, on a video-by-video basis, showing you that this is how I am, this is my personality, this is who I am, this is how I will react, this is how I will behave, no matter if I'm standing in front of a janitor or if I'm standing in front of a captain or a colonel or the president of a certain country. I'm going to interact with you and the people around you in the same manner, because I don't believe in putting on fake personas. I don't really believe in putting on fronts to people. This is me, this is my personality, this is who I am, and if you like it and if you enjoy it, then great. And if you don't, then that's okay too. You don't need to watch my videos, you don't need to be around me, you don't need to surround yourself in my energy. You can distance yourself from me. No one is making you watch this. No one is making you sit there in your chair, in your car, in your bed. No one is making you lay there and watch this or take this in. You are choosing to, for one reason or another, right? So there's these fake personalities that people put on for whatever reason, and as I grow up, I'm learning that I'm developing this skill or this acquisition where I can kind of see through that, where I can kind of penetrate through that, and I can kind of be around you for a certain period of time, whether it's a minute, an hour, a day, whatever, and I can kind of see whether or not you're giving me some kind of false perception of who you really are. And I think that's pointless. Maybe I've done it previously in my life, but I've tried my best to eliminate it. I've tried my best to be myself no matter who I am around, whether it's a little child, whether it's a 5-year-old, a 2-year-old, or a 80-year-old grandma or grandfather. I will try to present myself in the exact same manner, because this is my personality. This is who I am. This is how I have grown up, Why would I want to hide this? Why would I try to be ashamed? Why would I be ashamed of this, And I don't think any of you should be ashamed of who you are. Don't try to be something that you're not. Well, I planned on doing a lot more than this. I planned on talking a lot more in this particular video, but we're already past 10 minutes, so I think that's enough time, because I know, according to my analytics, according to the statistics that I can read on these videos, you guys only pay attention for about a minute, maybe a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes of the video. So for those of you that have stuck with me to the end, thank you, I appreciate you, and I love you guys. Okay, this has been your friendly neighborhood lion, and remember, no matter what happens to you, no matter what you experience, at the end of the day, in my opinion, you are here for one reason, and that is to make the unknown known, to make the unconscious conscious, and to light up the darkness.